I slept in. I was freezing last night. Oh, nice. The sun. Maybe it'll warm up. I can't believe how cold it was last night. I thought it was supposed to get warmer every night, but maybe it's the high altitude, but I figured it might be around 40 degrees, but it felt colder than that. Nothing froze or anything, but I did freeze. Well, I'm on my way, hiking on the road. Oh, brr, my feet are so cold. I had to cross the creek first thing to get back to the road, so I wore my sandals and my toes are frozen. It's so cold, but the sun is going to warm things up pretty quick, I think. What is this? Can this be true? Somebody's delivering beer on the trail? Cedar Creek Trail has to be, I don't know, one of my favorite trails. It's just so pretty back here. And it smells good. And there's a little creek that you follow and it's flat and easy to hike on. And I don't know, it kind of reminds me of parts of the PCT or kind of near Kennedy Meadows. I don't know, it's a really great place. And there's a really nice loop. I talked to some people at the Cedar Creek trailhead who were telling me they did the Cedar Creek Fishbowls loop. I guess it was an overnighter. It looked like they were on their way home. And I don't know, there's just lots of hikes you can do that you kind of stay back here in this high country, and you don't have to start always at the Piedras Blancas trailhead when they have the road open like they do now. You can start back here and just skip all the heat. So I kind of wonder what it's like in the summertime. But I mean, look at this. It's just so beautiful. Well, I've begun the climb up. It's really not very bad so far. I think I could get to the Fishbowls by lunch and maybe go for a swim and enjoy a few hours there, and then continue on to Pine Mountain Lodge. Make that my last night. There's some of our bigger mountains. I don't know which one's which, but there's Mount Pinos and I forget the other one. Way out there in the distance. I don't think the camera can pick it up, but there's a mountain far, far off in the horizon that has snow on it. I think that's part of the San Gabriels. Well, I've been hiking all morning in my sandals, but I think it's time to put on my shoes. I'm starting to get a little tired. Barefoot Ted, if you're listening, make the Luna Monos with a sole that has like the same squishy properties, because those are really comfortable, but with a bottom tread that doesn't wear out. That would be perfect. Thank you. Well, this water was refreshing, to say the least. It was so cold, I jumped in and then jumped immediately out. But I sat in the shade and had my lunch and feel pretty good and refreshed. I popped my blister on my toe and I pulled a splinter out of my thumb. So I'm ready to go, I guess. Or ready to go somewhere else. Look at this beautiful creek. Well, I hate to leave the Fishbowls, but I don't feel like I can just sit there until 3. But maybe I can sit at Pine Mountain Lodge for a long time. That'll be nice. I can sit up my little bed and relax. It's gonna be a long climb. I think it's about 900 feet. At the heat of the day, lucky me. Giant puffball mushroom. Well, I reached the top and I'm going down the other side now to Pine Mountain Lodge. There's these little flies that kept bouncing in my face while I'm trying to breathe going up that steep hill. I probably can take it off now. It seems a lot cooler on the other side. You can see the fog over the ocean far, far off in the distance. So maybe I'm feeling a little bit of the marine layer influence, or maybe it's just not as warm at 6,000 feet. Anyway, I'm on my way. It's a beautiful day. There's Haddock Mountain in the distance. There's nobody here at Pine Mountain Lodge. It's just me. I can't decide what to do. I could stay up here where it's beautiful and cedars and pines and oaks and just super pretty up here. Or I could go down to Twin Forks. It's lower, it'd probably be warmer. It's 3 miles away from here. I just can't decide. Well, Twin Forks it is. So let's say goodbye to all of this beauty. these mules' ears. We have mules' ears here. You don't have to go to the Sierras. And on we go into the desert. I think I've never been to Twin Forks. I've never like even popped in to look at the campsite. So hopefully there won't be somebody there, or if there is somebody there, there's a big enough spot I can share and they're not weird people or anything. Look at this, there's a cedar tree. It smells so good. Oh, okay. 3 miles. Holy hell, that was sketchy. There's a slide here. This trail has been giving off an abandoned vibe. It's been pushing your way through spiny ceanothus, but looks like I've reached the point where whoever's doing the cutting stopped working. So it looks a lot better now. But back there, it was like, it was totally like overgrown, like nobody's ever been here in the last 3 years or something. Oh wow, I think this is the scary spot, and it does look like they've done some work. Or maybe the slide helped them do some work. Hopefully it's not too steep going down that side. I've had to scoot on my butt for these things. It's like walking on ball bearings, these little rocks. Well, I made it without sliding on my butt, so that's good. Look at all the work they did. Holy cow. It's like a super highway down here. Look at this. They even built this rock thing. Good job, guys, whoever you were. Thank you, thank you. Those spiny ceanothus are painful. Well, I'm really glad that I came to Twin Forks. It's very warm and it smells good down here, and there's nobody here. And I'm wondering if these are those cupules. My bed is up there. It's really the only flat spot, and it's not that flat, so we'll see how that goes. And I got a kitchen. And I got a bunch of really beautiful trees. And you can hear the creek.
Well, I go home this morning. There's about 3.5, 4 miles left to go. It's coffee time. I didn't sleep very well last night. It was too hot. The night before was too cold. So, backpacking, gotta love it. This creek also was really loud, so that was hard to sleep. So, I think I got about 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Otherwise, I was comfortable, and it's a pretty nice campsite. It was flatter than I thought. So
There's the Piedras Blancas campsite. I'm not going to go over there. It's a nice campsite. It's really big. It's only 3 miles from the trailhead. And there's actually some Chumash rock art there. Or I don't know if it's Chumash or related tribe. But it's such a beautiful morning. I'm really enjoying the trail. It's, I don't know, it just feels really nice and beautiful. I haven't seen a single person since the Fishbowls. So nobody's come up this way. It's really great. Well, I'm almost done. I'm walking through the big white rocks, the Piedras Blancas. Just about, I don't know, a mile from the car. This was a really nice trip. I kind of wish Tony could do more of these. If I had any advice for people, don't wait. Don't put off things that you want to do to your retirement. When you get there, you will be a lot older than you are now. And you may not be able to do all the things that you wanted to do. So if all my series of spring hiking videos have showed you, I hope they've shown you that hiking doesn't have to be these epic things. They don't have to take a lot of your time. You can spend a spring or a fall going out just on Saturday nights or just on Friday nights. Leave after work and go someplace that's not very far away. Go someplace where you just sort of create your own campsite and have a little backpack trip, and then do it again the next weekend, and the next weekend, and the next weekend, and all together you'll experience that feeling that you get when you do a through hike, that feeling of mastery over backpacking, mastery over the discomforts and the fears of being in the wilderness, and you'll get closer to nature. And your job won't dominate all of your thoughts, because every weekend you'll be doing something new and fresh. So that's my advice. It's similar to the advice that Mendo Rider told me to give Tony back in, I think it was 2012. I did another solo PCT hike of about 5 days, and he told me, tell Tony, retire sooner rather than later. Don't think that you need all this money. You don't need as much money as you think you do. Just do it. So if I can offer you anything from my vantage point of not yet being retired, it's retire sooner, and in the meantime, don't wait to do the things you want to do. Find a way to do them in small bits. You'll be so much happier.